What's up YouTube, it's Aiden from MMOSWORLD. Welcome back to another first impressions video. We are going to be looking at Mobius Final Fantasy today. This is a mobile Final Fantasy game. It's an RPG game that has just made its way to Steam. Well, technically not just, it's been about a year. February 2017 was when this game came to Steam. Now I know it is a mobile game, but when you browse on Steam, when you look under the MMORPG tags, this is one of the games that pop up. So we're going to be spending 10, 15, 20 minutes checking out Mobius Final Fantasy just to see what it's all about and what your first opening sequence is going to look like. And I'll share my thoughts about this game. Now, look, I'm not a big Final Fantasy person. I've never really got, into many of the Final Fantasy games. I have played Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn. So let's go ahead and see what this game is all about. This is the screen. I understand that it is a mobile port, and the things they say on the Steam store page is that it comes with 4K visuals for the PC Steam version and 60 FPS gameplay. So let's go check it out. I'm gonna hit the new game key here, and I'm gonna have to enter my name. So as usual, let's go with MMOSWORLD. Let's hop in. Confirmation: skip basic gameplay tutorials. Interesting. No, let's not skip it. Let's just go ahead and play this, because as I said, we've never played this game before, and let's see what it's all about. Alright, select position of the menus. You can either have it on the right or on the left. That's kind of interesting. Let's go to the right. A game update is available.
I will be your guide in this place, and I do hope a most dear companion.
So that's kind of interesting. The game kind of plays a cutscene while it's updating in the background. Yeah, so okay, we do have a world. We do know what the world is called, Palomentia or something like that. And we have a companion voice dude called Vox, who's kind of talking to us right now. I guess that's my character, just flying through this space thing as we make our way to the world. So there hasn't been any voiceovers or cutscenes since. I mean, we're still looking at the screen, but the game is kind of updating right now, as you can clearly see at the top of the screen. So we will fast forward and come back once the update is done. Alrighty, so after a pretty lengthy installation, we are now able to start the game, and I've got one pet peeve so far. Why the hell did it not install the game and update it before I even got to the main menu? Don't know. Anyway, Mobius Final Fantasy, tap to start. I'm gonna click here, and we will be checking this game out. Oh cool, look, we got a Mobius gift box. 1 grow star, 20 ability tickets, and 1 skill set boost. 30 days of gifts. Oh, completely missed it. Oh, here we go, another cutscene. Is that me? Okay, you know what, for a mobile game, the graphics are actually pretty mind-blowing. I have to admit that.
Where'd this come from?
Okay, yeah, that is me.
The law of Palamecia. None shall remember the names of those who do not fight.
Oh, here we go. I wake up in a weird world, and now we're going to fight. Alright, tutorial start. Play the tutorial to obtain jobs and ability cards. Okay. So we're going to attack this guy now. Tap to attack an enemy. So I see like a thumb there. It's just hitting that health bar. I'm going to click that. And I can execute actions until your action count falls to 0. Okay, action count's down there. Copy that. I can just keep hitting this guy then. Got 1 more action count to go. Oh, okay. So if I take my time, it's going to be attack after attack. But I can do like combos. Now when there's multiple people here, it looks as if I can just tap a target. Target view. Oh, I see. Tap an enemy to change targets. Let's go with the one on the left. Or that. Target change. Now tap target view to go back to the battle view. Alright. And abilities. Using powerful abilities requires element orbs. The fount of magical power. So I have to attack enemies to draw the element orbs. Copy that. I've got 2 more attacks. You have 4 earth orbs, which are the thing in the right stock, and I can now use the earth sword ability. So I guess I'll just click that one. Abilities have elements and requires a certain number of element orbs to use them. So I've got 4 of these. Try using the earth sword ability. Okay, I'm going to click that. So I've gathered the orbs and I have just killed an enemy. So generate and consume. So I guess combat revolves around gathering orbs for a specific ability and then using them in battle. So that's a really interesting mechanic right here. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. And again, oh, I just got attacked there. Once I'm out of combat moves, then yeah. So I'm going to use a different ability now. I'm going to go with the Lesser Blizzard, and that's gone to the guy in the far left. So what do we have here? The different orbs: fire, water, wind, and earth. Fire and fire. Right, so there's a strength and weakness system, or a weakness and resistances, which kind of makes sense. I think this kind of reminds me a bit of Pokemon, so fire does better with earth, I think, or water does more damage to fire, fire does more damage to water, and the same is true for wind and earth. But when you try and use that on somebody that's of the same element, you're not going to do much damage, so that kind of makes sense, I suppose. Okay, more tutorials. Tip: store element orbs with normal attacks and use them to unleash powerful abilities. So I don't have any orbs here anymore, so I gotta keep attacking them. And hitting this guy can give me the blizzard or the water attack. Okay, my turn to get attacked. Now let's go collect some fire orbs. 1, 2. They're still not dead. That 3. That one's dead. So I may have a fire skill. No, I need 1 more. Still didn't have it. Still didn't have it. Doesn't matter, they're all dead. But I did stock up with some fire orbs here. So now we've got like a boss creature of some sort. Break. Reduce the enemy's break gauge to 0 to get past defense. So there's a shield that this monster, Bob monster, has, and I'm gonna have to break it first, which means use attacks to reduce an enemy's break gauge. I guess I'm just gonna hit it first. Okay, the gauge is now broken, and normal attacks are relatively ineffective. I see. So I guess we're gonna have to use abilities. Copy that. So I'm gonna use Earth Sword and hit this guy with it. Reducing an enemy's break gauge is turns the breakage to red. Break significantly easier to reduce with normal attacks. Okay, I think I got it. So now that it's red, it's easier to take him down. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so now the gauge bar is broken, and I am free. Wait, you've broken the past the enemy's defenses. The number displayed over the finger icon is the number of actions you can take before it replenishes. Okay, so the protection shield or whatever, I've got 3 turns to make sure I kill this guy. So now that he's kind of broken, the blizzard's like the best skill, and he's dead. So, look, as far as first impressions go, combat perspective, it's kind of strategic in a sense that you are trying to get as many of these different orbs and try to power up attacks, and then try and break, you know, their gauge bar or whatever as fast as possible. So this one doesn't really have a gauge bar, but I think it does. I'm going to use a blizzard anyway. Alright, so now that bar is broken. It's his turn to attack. I'm going to go ahead and use the flame sword and break that bar for good. And it is now broken, which means I can... Oh, I've kind of done it wrong there. Okay, I needed to break his bar first. Okay, 3 attacks. This should take it down somewhat. Now I'm going to use Earth Sword because I'm stocking up fire. Fire's coming next. So let's go ahead and use the Earth Sword ability. Okay, now that it's red, I'm going to use it 1 more time. And he's dead. And that's how that works. And there's like a score and everything that I saw on the top left. But hey, pretty interesting so far.
By the by, tell me, what are your favorite? Come on,
Wow.
Is that truly the name you claim? Very well, but know this. Yours is a very special name. For it is that of a hero foretold to bring hope to this doomed world.
Okay, kind of cheesy origin story. The Warrior of Light, okay.
But this world has not yet come to know him.
What's with these guys wearing aprons? Like, what the hell?
Will become this warrior of light. For so the prophecy ordained.
Okay, we're dealing with another prophecy.
Confess, I find this quite the conundrum. Already so many of you share that name. So who among you is our true hero?
What, are we gonna fight ourselves?
You come here this day, blank slate. Yes, blank indeed. So let us call you just that. You are blanks all. Listen, blanks. Make for the north.
What's to the north?
Best do what he says. Trust me, I know Box can be a pain. But whatever he bothers to say is
Okay,
useful
interesting.
most of the time.
What about the rest of the time?
Complete and utter drivel.
Good to know.
Okay, so what have we established so far? Combat is interesting. Story's kind of off-putting right now. Again, I haven't really played too much Final Fantasy games, but they do really throw you into the thick of things really fast, don't they? Hard to follow, doesn't make any sense, and kind of cheesy too. Anyway, we got a best score result for the battle, and I've got rewards. Gil, I do know Gil. Gil is the like currency or money currency in Final Fantasy games. XP there. I'm only level 1, but I assume I get more good stuff with the higher level it goes. Skill seeds, interesting, whatever these are. And then we've got cards too. So you've obtained a new card, which is the Grudge Fighter, the kind of a boss thing that I was doing. And I can tap the back to return the results. I see. So this is the back of the Grudge Fighter card. They have levels, you can level them up. And of course you'll see their strengths and all those stuff. So I guess later on I can build like a party or something and use my cards or whatever to combat. So Primordia is where I'm currently at. I've got an area reward, elixirs, and lots of disconnecting screens here. I mean, it is a mobile port, so it's not like open world or anything. So next tutorial is deck building. Oh, here comes the menus on the right. Cards, social, shop, etc. And at the bottom here we got some stuff too. So let's go ahead and build some decks. Card menu, select decks. And you can set up to 4 ability cards to a deck. So I'm going to hit abilities. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the newest card that I got. I'm going to hit OK. And you've slotted a new card into your deck. The levels of all 4 cards in your deck determine your power level. Copy that. So there's 4 level 1 cards, which means I'm an Onion Knight level 4. Okay, and then I see like there's a job card too, which is really interesting. Okay, so that's kind of done. Deck level. Your power level rises as the cards in your deck gain levels. Understood. And this concludes our introduction to the deck building. Cool. So tap home to return to the main menu. Alright, you've discovered a new area. Tap to advance to the new area. Shaded Forest, stamina 2, battles 4. So that's 4 fights that I gotta fight here. Make sure to inspect an area details before advancing. You'll be able to see the number of stamina points required. So what's my stamina point right now? How do I tell? Probably up here somewhere. And of course stamina, I still don't know. But let's just go anyway. Bonus info, I guess that's boss clears and everything. Warnings, water boss sighted, which means fire is going to be great, I think. And you can choose the deck. I've only got 1 deck, so really. Hit go. Player list, what do we got? Player level 5, Biggs, I'm the Warrior of Light, Fat Chocobo, rental cards. Oh, okay, so you can temporarily borrow 1 card from another player. That's interesting. Alright, I'm just going to hit rent here. And how much is that going to cost me? Didn't really say, but I'm moving. And I just jump into an enemy here. Okay, combat time. So we got support abilities now. Attack to draw element orbs. So I'm going to draw some orbs. You have stored enough orbs to try using the barrier. So I'm going to use one support ability. That's a support ability. So I do now have a shield. So that's interesting. That's what the icon down there is for. Life orbs are rarer than other elements. Use them wisely. Copy that. So that is done. But it's like a back-to-back battle here. So element drive heal. Absorbing element orbs has a number of different effects. Let's trigger an element drive. Tap and hold the element ring, okay? And slide your finger to the life element, then release. So I've got two of them at the top of the screen there, as you can see. So hitting that uses them, and I've now healed myself. So that's how healing works. And I'll have to do that when my HP is low. Oh, look, I got a card. Yay. Okay, I don't have much orbs here, but I am, of course, stocking up for the big baddie fight. And I'm at battle 3/4 right now, as you guys can see. Now, new tutorial with elements. Let's trigger an element drive. Alright, let's hold that. Slide your finger to the water element, because, I don't know, for some reason. And I'm going to resist water, because we know that this guy's a water effect. So using one of the 4 elements to trigger an element drive has 2 beneficial effects. Raise resistance, right, exactly. So this guy's a water dude, and because I increase my resistance to water, I'm going to take less damage. And lower the chance as well. So that's interesting. Let's go and fight now. Resistant. Copy that. Now, I do have fire, so I'm going to use a lesser flame blast to try and get rid of that break bar. And because, the elements, you do kind of a... Oh, what was I going to say? You do have to... Okay, never mind. Ooh, that kind of hurt. But the good news is his bar is just about to break. I'm going to use Lesser Flame Sword to break that bar and kill him off. Now, the final boss fight. I'm going to be smart about this. I'm going to need to heal first and foremost, but I don't have any heal. So I'm going to be careful about that. Now, he is water as well, so I'm going to try and break the bar with a blizzard. Oh, that didn't work. I need fire. Yeah, I kind of messed up there. It's fire that I need. So I have to do more basic attacks to get some fire orbs. And I've got 2 so far. I do have an earth orb though, which I could probably use to try and break that gauge. Alright, it's broken. Sweet. Now I just need to keep hitting him to try and get my fire up. Okay, bar's broken. Lesser Flame Blast. Let's kill him off. Boom. And I've got a card there too. So 2 cards from this battle, which is nice. And that's the Shade Forest done. That's my score. I've got battle score. Getting new ranking lists you on the weekly ranking, so I guess you can compete with other ranking, or you can compete with other players as well if you wanted to. So yeah. Okay, cool. More guild, more experience, and my deck of cards is getting better, I suppose. These skill seeds. You receive skill seeds after battle. A higher battle score increases the number of seeds you receive. And of course, 2 new cards. I've got the Garage Shaman. And the other one is... well, I thought I got... Oh, there we go. Thought I got back. And this one. Which is... Oh, follow a player whose rental cards have been barred to raise the chance. I see. Well, thank you, Bakes, but I'm not gonna follow. No. If you follow another player, then you can rent cards from him again. Okay, area reward, Tree Phoenix down, whatever that is. And that's it. I guess we're gonna move on like that. So, skill panel is the next tutorial now, and the skills, each job can be enhanced by unlocking improvements in their respective skill panel. So let's go ahead and hit cards, hit decks, and now skill panel. And oh, there we go. So these are the different jobs that you have: fire, wind, earth. There's a panel you can unlock with 10 fire skill seeds, so I can get more attack. So that's what skill seeds do. I'm gonna hit OK, so that's gonna increase my attack by 5. There you go, that makes sense. So that's what those are for. Skill seeds created by deck. Some panels unlock advanced jobs and new weapons, so be sure to gather the seeds you need most. Interesting. And now we're gonna proceed to the next area, which I am not going to do. I think I went past my quota here. We're about 20 minutes long, and you know, let's wrap this up and let's talk about first impressions. Look, I did not expect Mobius Final Fantasy to look this good, considering it is a mobile port game, but wow. The graphics and the background music, even though it's repetitive, it's playing on loop right now, I still enjoy it. It's pretty well done, I think. I mean, it is a Final Fantasy game, which means presentation is, you know, has to take top spot. It's got a story, it's got voice acting, it's got cinematics, and it's pretty impressive. I'm not following the story so far. I just end up as a generic dude. Like, I can't change my gender, I can't change my hairstyle, I can't customize, so that kind of sucks. I'm just kind of stuck with this character. And the fact that it is a mobile game, it's not, it says RPG, but it's not like an open world RPG. You can't run around, manually control. You're just following a static 2D map, and then you're just, I don't know, doing scripted stuff like battling 4 waves of enemies before you hit the boss or whatever. So in that regard, pretty disappointing. But when it comes down to the actual visuals of the combat itself, I mean, you saw that, you know, the whole weaknesses and resistance mechanic, the whole card play, I think is pretty interesting. And playing this on a PC makes sense if you prefer the graphics, and it is a free-to-play game, but if you want to play on your mobile, you can't too. So as far as first impressions go, pretty decent game if you like Final Fantasy, if you enjoy the world, the setting, and everything. If you don't, then, you know, you may like the combat system, but other than that, it hasn't grabbed me yet. And from the menu here, I do see like there is a store icon as well as shop, which you can use to buy stuff, and that's really down to how much you want to spend. Stuff, and then you can select rental cards as well. This is pretty interesting. I guess it's a social aspect. You can just rent from other players if you want to rent. So it's got some interesting mechanics, I will say that. And I guess now that's all. You know, once you click on a new area, you just see your character move, and then you come into combat again. So in that regard, pretty disappointing because there's not much you can do. Oh, I can use the auto battle feature too, so there's like a auto fight. If you don't want to fight, then your character's gonna just do the job, and you get to watch. So there's that passive thing that a lot of Asian MMOs like to do as well. So I guess I'm just gonna go with auto again, and let's see how that plays out. So I've resisted water, and I guess by doing this, you know, you can actually learn a lot. Oh look, never ultimate and defense mode as well. So there's like some presets here that you can use if you want, if you just want to watch what the auto attack does and everything, which is fair enough because you do get to learn from the AI as well. Anyway, that's the first impressions of it. You guys, if you enjoyed this, hit the like button and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more. And let us know your thoughts, whether you enjoy Mobius Final Fantasy or you don't. If you want to play this game, it's free on Steam to download, or it's free on your mobile phones. As ever, I'm Adrian from MMOSWORLD, signing out.